guys, my name's Vol. Bit of a disclaimer before we jump into what I want to get on with. This is my first ever foray into the world of YouTube and Let's Play, so, be kind and all that sort of stuff. Any constructive feedback and criticism is more than welcome. So what I want to do with this channel is I basically want to do some, I suppose, Pokemon Let's Plays and challenge runs with a bit of a twist. So my, angle is I'm coming from a background of, I love watching and playing along with the big YouTubers and challenge runners out there. The content that's already out there is absolutely fantastic, and what I kind of wanted to do, and the idea I've sort of had, which has been inspired by all these guys, has been a bit more interactivity in terms of how the game's played. So I guess, if you will, a versus the viewers. So rather than versing other YouTuber or making these ridiculously hard challenges, I kind of want to combine the two and make a nice challenge run, but I kind of want to have it so it's against you guys. Anyway, so basically the idea is going to be that race you to finish the game with a twist. So basic Nuzlocke rules are going to apply. And as well as my own little, twist. So what I've decided to do is, after every gym battle and every rocket boss fight, we're going to add in a rule. So basically I'm going to randomly generate a number between 1 and 25. One for you and one for me. And I've got a sort of preordained list of rules here, which I'm not going to give away yet. The full list will be available sort of after we've sort of finished our run, and hopefully that way you can get some replayability out of it. So if you want to go back and revisit the Let's Play, you can play and randomly generate your own rules, and get a completely different experience and a completely different playthrough. So I guess without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, so I guess I'm going to try and commentate as I go a little bit. Let me just turn the volume down here real quick. So I'm going to try and keep it as interactive as possible, as I said, and I guess the only way to do that is by, reacting and commentating as I go. Now, it's going to be a bit of an adjustment, so if I do end up, continuing on, and I guess I have, if you can see this now, I will get better at it, and I will get better at, speaking to you guys and all that sort of stuff. Just as an aside for, just so I don't have to explain myself later, I guess, I'm not going to do voices in a versus run. If it gets hectic and I'm, behind the 8-ball, or I think I'm behind, or whatever, I'm not going to have time to read all the voices. I might do that if I do a different type of run or something like that, but just to let you guys know, I'm not going to be doing any crazy voices or anything like that. So I'm basically going to be talking, at you, or about what's happening, or the rules, and kind of trying to keep up, and my thought processes and things like that. And I might sort of talk about, introduce myself a little bit, and all those sorts of things. So, I guess I'll start off with, my background in Pokemon, and gaming in general. So, Pokemon was one of my first games, like everyone out there who's probably watching this. I saw it at school, a kid brought it to school, and I just had to have it. It was just amazing, the cards, everything. So I started out with what I thought was a red Game Boy. There weren't red Game Boy colours. There were pink, purple. I ended up with a pink Game Boy color. Anyway, but I loved it. Absolute crap out of it. Anyway, so my first ever Pokemon game was, I believe, Pokemon Red. My first ever playthrough was on a blue cartridge that I borrowed from my friend, but my first ever Pokemon cartridge that was mine was a Pokemon Red cartridge, and I guess I was in love with it ever since. I still remember the time I had, over the whole school holidays, I went sort of away to sort of little camp thing, and just sort of, like a daycare kind of thing, while mum was at work and things like that. And I remember sort of having a group of guys that all were really into. We all had trade cables and things like that. And I remember having on this one save file for Pokemon Red, 148 or 149 Pokemon. Anyway, I was super close to having the full set. I just had to, I think I had to catch up with my friend, you know, the next school holidays or something like that. Anyway, I had to wait till then. So in the meantime, I wasn't really getting much out of you know, my completed game that was done everything, caught everything, basically had every Pokemon, just needed to wait for a few trades. So what I would do is I would play the start of the game over and over again without saving. And I still remember the day I accidentally saved over the 148, 149. I didn't know what to do. I ran into Mum's room. I was a 8-year-old kid going, just so upset. And Mum was just like, "What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?" And you know, I mean, what did she say? I just deleted my game of Pocket Monsters with all the, you know, I almost had all of them, and she just looked at me. She didn't laugh. She didn't like try to console me. She didn't know what to do. It was anyway. It was one of those memories that, you know, I always have about Pokemon. And I think it's just one of those fun things that'll always stay with me. Anyway, I guess back to what we're doing. I'm going to just name this guy Gary because, you know, that's what I remember from the anime. As you saw there, my name, my gaming name, Volfury. I Vol for short. People call me Vol on a lot of different communities. So yeah, that's basically the origins of that name. Anyway, so I'm going to drag, once I get to the point with the starters, I'm going to drag out the number generator onto the screen. You know, forgive me for my terrible video editing and all that sort of stuff, but we won't start the race until we actually get that Pokemon and we battle after the battle with Gary, so don't be rushing around too much, I guess. And I probably will be skipping over most of this anyway, because I know I would, to get to the race portion. Anyway, so yes, go get that potion because, well, why wouldn't you? Anyway, so I guess I'll tell you what you probably should know about the rules, because I know what the rules are, obviously, and you guys don't know what the extra rules are going to be. So I'll give you, I guess, equal notice, I suppose, of what I know, so I don't have any sort of perceived you know, advantages or disadvantages or whatever. Anyway, so what I would suggest, just as a hint of what may be to come, is try and keep your team as varied in terms of type and you know, variety of Pokemon you can have. Keep your movesets as many and varied as possible. And levels. Do not get one way too far ahead. Try and keep them as even as possible. You know, a few levels isn't going to matter too much, but if you have, you know, 7 or 8 level differences in the team, you're going to have a bad time. Anyway, so let's get on with the scripted portions of the game before we get to the starter. So, yeah, as I said before, the rules are, there's lots of different ones, and I kind of don't really want to, as I said, give too much away, but in terms of I have named the rules because I don't know, I just think it'll be kind of funny to have a name for the rule, and you know, you having no idea what the rule is, but just having a bit of a clue. Anyway, so I might sort of, when I have nothing to talk about, I might sort of, you know, talk around a few of the rules rather than what they actually are. So yeah, and I have a few other ideas that I'm sort of going to flesh out as we go through these boring parts here. Basically around what we're going to do when we hit the Elite Four, because rules around the Elite Four, I kind of want to change it up a little bit for that. Anyway, so this is probably the portion where, if my video editing skills are absolutely terrible, are going to be called into question. Anyway, so I'm going to drag in a random number generator here, and this will be the decision for what my Pokemon I'm going to have. So let's let it be known, Bulbasaur is number 1. We don't want Bulbasaur, but you know, if I get it, I have to use it. Squirtle will be number 2, which makes Charmander number 3. So I'm going to drag on the number generator now, and we are going to generate our number. So let's see what starter I get. Anything but 1, I'll be pretty happy. And 3, hey, there we go. That was my favourite Gen 1 starter, so we get Charmander. Now that, you know, you can't say that I am another bloody Charmander pleb who goes and always chooses Charmander and gets the advantage. That was pretty fair, as fair as I could possibly make it. Anyway, so I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty hyped. I got Charmander. Sweet. which means that he's going to have a Scrub Bulbasaur, and that might make it a little bit easier, and especially with Fire Red movesets, will make it a lot easier for the start of this game. So my Charmander's names, as I said, is my favourite starter, so I kind of have used him a fair bit. I know it's a stupid name, but it's just something I had as a bit of a laugh with friends once. I always name them the stupid pop culture names. Oops, I'm failing at typing in names here pretty badly. So Just Blaze is what I always call my Charmanders, and all my fire starters have variations on the theme, so Just Blaze, Blaze It Up, Blaze for Days, all those sorts of things. It's stupid, I know, but hey, it's stuck. In terms of nicknaming, everyone says they're terrible at it. I don't think I'm that bad at it. I mean, I'll always come up with something relatively quickly, and it's always somewhat appropriate. Some are a bit, obvious or whatnot, and some are just completely out of the blue and random, but I mean, I don't have a problem with nicknaming Pokemon at all. Anyway, so let's go on with this battle. I hope I don't reveal my skills in Pokemon to be absolutely awful, which they are. Don't get me wrong, they're terrible. I remember a shite load about Gen 1, but in terms of the real strats, like hardcore strats, I'm not that great. So feel free to make fun of me in the comments, etc., etc. Anyway, I'm just learning how to play Pokemon now. Thanks, Oak. So anyway, what I kind of want to do, as I was talking about with the Elite Four, is I kind of want to have like another set of rules, so maybe like a set of 5 or 6 rules or something like that, where I don't want it just to be like a straight run through of the Elite Four, because you can beat the Elite Four at a pretty low level in this game. So I kind of want it to be a bit interesting, some sort of limitation. I've got a few ideas, and I'll flesh those out as I get there, but it's a long way to go, obviously. So Pro Strats, obviously, with Growl, he Pro Strats backs and goes Tail Whip. Typical. Anyway, I'm still learning how to inflict damage, so that's great. I've never played this game. Pro Strats, go for that 2-drop. Hopefully he doesn't Tail Whip here. Alright, we should be sweet from here on out. We've got the lead, and our attack's decent, his defense is decent, but miss, easy. GG. Anyway, so that's always nice. First win of the day. I don't look like a complete moron at Pokemon. So as I said, I want to sort of take a few more ideas, and I guess I want to talk a bit about the replayability of what I'm kind of going for. So when I was coming up with these rules, I thought, it's going to be really hard to make up enough rules and stuff like that. It literally, to make these 25 rules, it literally took me 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Like, every time I sort of sat down and thought, okay, what am I going to do now? Like, you run out of ideas, but they just kept coming. Like, there are so many different fun things you can do with these rules, and you'll kind of see what I've done. Some of them are not going to, they're not all just about your Pokemon and things like that. All of them are about time, because, as I said, the aim of the game is to basically beat me to the end of the game and beat the champion. So anyway, I guess at this point now is where the run starts. So if I'm a bit terrible with my with my commentary, it is because I'm trying to have the best content possible and beat you guys. So anyway, we'll go out the front here and we'll start it from right outside Oak's lab. Okay. So I do know exactly which path I'm going to take, and the same path I've taken in this game for a long time, because as you guys know, there's that bit in the middle where it all you can do lots of different things at once, but I know what I like to do, so I'm going to do that. Anyway, so I guess this is it, without further ado. I think for this episode we might get up to, I don't know, maybe getting all of our encounters, our first round encounters, and getting some of the way, maybe we get to Pewter City. I don't know, we'll see. I'll see how we're going for time. Anyway, I kind of want to keep these to about the general 25 to 30 minute episodes. I think we're already at something like 15 minutes, so we're about 10 minutes. Alright, so I guess without further ado, I'm a bit nervous now, guys. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. So as I said, this is my first ever foray into. Oh god damn it! I forgot about this crap. This is my first foray into the world of YouTube and things like that. So yeah. Please be kind, and the constructive criticism and all those sort of things I really would love to hear. And if I'm talking too much about like nothing at all, or if I'm not talking enough, or I'm saying too much, or whatever it is. I know I say a lot, but hey, I'm just trying to talk as much as possible and fill the silences. Anyway, so yeah, trying to get as many potions as I can to start off the game, because if I'm going to lose a Nuzlocke, it's going to be early, or from some stupid hacks. Like early game before the third badge is when I'm likely to lose it just out of regularity. Level 2 Pidgey is pretty good start for me here. I do watch a few speed runs. I'm not going to go anywhere near speed run speed. Don't worry about that. But I do know a bit about the early game strats, so hopefully I'll get a bit of a lead on you guys, and you have to sort of play catch up later, and the rules can sort of do their work. Anyway, so yeah, obviously just the normal start to the game. Yeah, so as I said, the constructive criticism is always welcome, and I'll have some topics to talk about and crap like that. But I'll talk a bit about who I am and things like that. But yeah, filling silences is what I'm trying to do without making it too repetitive. So if I am repeating myself a lot, I'll might actually revert to silence or commentary on the game also. Yeah, so I guess I'll talk about sort of my influences and why I kind of decided to do this in the end. So I guess I like the big tubers are my favourites. So guys like absolute favourites would have to be Nappy, Shady, all those sorts of guys. Patters, I love Patters too, and who else can I give a shout to? Hoodlum's Crafty, he's awesome. So yeah, those guys are all sort of reasons why I've gotten new experiences in my older years. I'm 24, by the way. In my older years with Pokemon, and why I've re-loved these games over and over again. I've come back and revisited Pokemon on and off for the last 6, 7, 8 years now. So with a bit of a hiatus, obviously, in between. I kind of missed out on the whole Gen 4 onwards thing, but that'll I kind of caught up, but still haven't yet to play Gen 6 actually. But yeah, that's on my to-do list for sure. Yeah, so I guess those guys were sort of a big part of why I wanted to have a go at it and bring my own little element, because I love playing along. I've watched a whole lot of their videos, and I kind of wanted to bring my own little get my own little slice of it, I suppose. So yeah, and I will say you guys will probably beat me at this run just thinking about it now, because trying to live commentate and never having done it before could be a bit of an interesting thing. Anyway, so I'm not doing too badly, I don't think, at the moment. Anyway, yeah, so I've sort of had my own challenge runs and things like that where I'd play against. Especially what I love to do is an idea for you guys if you ever want to try it. And, shout outs to Nappy and Shady for their awesome content. But their Soul Link locks, one of my favourite challenges I've ever done with that was I'd basically choose one of the guys and I'd be kind of make one of them my counterpart. So I'd kind of take the place of one of them, and I would lock my Pokemon to theirs, and if their Pokemon died, if their Rattata died, and I randomised, if they randomised the Rattata, and I got a freaking Dragonite, and if his Rattata died, I'd lose my Dragonite. So it was a cool little twist on it, and it made it sort of a bit of fun, and I had the same rules where I couldn't have the same type, and it had to be different gender and things like that. So I did kind of, and that was a lot of fun. I mean, it was a challenge in its own right, and it sort of, I guess, was one of the seeds of inspiration for this lock. So yeah, I mean, it was those guys. Yeah, they're awesome, and I can't recommend those guys enough to you. I'm sure you've already seen them if you're anywhere near seeing this. So I'm sure you already know that. Anyway, so I guess my goal is just to basically have some content and learn the video editing process, and just see what I can do and see what I can learn, and see what works and what doesn't, and whether or not this is for me, because I've always wondered whether this is for me, and I'm having a bit of fun already, but I guess the whole YouTube aspect has to come into it, and all the comments and the Twitters and all that sort of thing. I'm sure a lot of people started and got to this point, thought, oh, this is great fun, but then basically lost interest. So who knows? I mean, if you're seeing it, I've probably made about 7 episodes by now, and I guess I'm decided to keep going with it. Where I am at with real life at the moment is there may be a bit of a hiatus before I sort of really commit to it. Anyway, I've got a big move and a few other things sort of coming up in logistically wise for me to sort out before I sort of dive right in and sort of commit to any sort of schedule at all, really. Anyway, so yeah, just going to grab my Pokeballs here. I've got my Pokedex, and I don't think if I have Pokeballs, I am so sorry. I completely blanked. I guess I'll just treat it as if I'd never saw those Pokemon down round 1. Maybe, if that's not breaking the lock rules. And you guys don't hate me forever. Oh, I'm talking to her again. I'm sucking. Alright, so let me just check if I have Pokeballs. Otherwise, I rip encounter 1, I guess. Do I have... Oh, I do have Pokeballs. Right, you know what? Because it's my first ever episode, you guys are going to let me... oh, did I press speed up? Yeah, it's one other thing too. I'm not going to press speed up, so I'm going to change that button for the next episode because I love pressing spacebar. I'm not going to be doing that in this run, and I hope you guys don't either. Anyway, so this is my route 1 encounter because, you know, mulligan, I guess. And a Pidgey level 2. Pidgey's great. Level 2 Pidgey ain't so great. Anyway, it's a flyer, and flyers are great. Early game, especially Pidgey, who is probably one of my favourite basic flyers of all time. I reckon it's either a love-hate with Pidgey. Either you absolutely despise Pidgey, or you love it. And I was one of those kids that loved it. I remember back in the day when, you know, you didn't have discipline as a young kid to you know, evenly train and decide, you know, build a proper team. You always had one Pokemon that sort of just stripped out in front because you were winning, and all kids like winning. By the way, I name all of my Pidgeys Kentucky. Once again, a stupid name, but hey, what are you going to do? Anyway, yeah, so I remember this one, my first ever playthrough of Yellow, Pidgeot was my Pokemon that basically just outstripped everybody. I believe I finished the game, or was running against the Elite, running head first into the wall of the Elite Four with one Pokemon. With I think something like a level 68 Pidgey or something like that. A Pidgeot, sorry. Yeah, I think nothing even remotely remarkable after that. Maybe a Sand Slash at like level 37. I don't know, something crap. Anyway, it was basically Pidgeot or blank. Yeah. So anyway, there are a few Pokemon I would love to get on this route. Obviously, Nidoran male would be amazing. The advantages of that are obviously more in the original Gen 1, but I love Nidoking. Nidoking was amazing. Mankey. You know what? Again, level 2. It's not fun for a race. I might use Mankey. Primate speed is amazing. And its power, but it's frail as anything, and I don't like that with my rules I've got. Yeah, you may as well catch it, you know. I mean, you've got it right. But yeah, so 2 level 2s, I'm not liking this start. Anyway, so probably get my last 2 encounters there and call it an episode, as I'm about the 24-minute mark now. What do I want to name Mankey? Let's call him Ritalin, because that seems like, you know, attention deficit disorder, all that sort of stuff. I have a medical background, by the way, just so, as a background, as another random fact about me. Yeah, so I'll tell you a bit more about that as sort of in due course, but anyway, so yeah, back to sort of my strats. Yeah, this early part of the game, it's not gone so great for me, but hey, what you gonna do? Might give a quick heal here, because I might end the episode actually up in Viridian, and I kind of want to... sorry, I used the speed up again, I'm terrible. It's habitual. It'll be fixed for next episode, do not worry. Yeah, so I'm just going to run up and finish up in Viridian Forest after hopefully 2 more encounters. And we'll see how we go from there, because I'll probably continue from there. I don't want to come back to this Poké Center yet, so... yeah. Hopefully, what do I really want from this route? I probably want... Oh, I did that again. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible at the speed up button. Yeah. Again, it will be done fixed by next episode. I don't want to talk to you, and I thought it was Gen 1 strats where the potion was on the other side of the cut tree. Anyway, let's get this over with. And I forgot to set my text speed. Look, I'm a rookie at this. You've got to forgive me. The text speed will be fixed. Everything will be fixed for the next episode. No speed up button. I might have a few topics to fill the time with rather than just waffling on about my rules, and my excitement levels are all buzzing high and talking about complete crap. And I'll be much more on point with my movement and my speed of this run. I'm sure you guys are already well and truly into Viridian Forest by now, and I have to pray to the RNG gods that my rules come into play big time. So I'm going to get that potion because early game medicine is important as anything. Which reminds me, I probably should go into the mud as well to get my antidotes. Anyway, so yeah, not going well. I'm probably execution 3 out of 10. The Zimbabwe of the diving world for Pokemon. That was the worst comparison ever, but you get it, I'm sure. Anyway, so let me quickly barry over to the mart, pick up my antidotes, maybe paralyze heal as well. That movement is just terrible. I mean, walking past them, how do you even do that? Okay, so probably pick up 4 antidotes. Yeah, 4 antidotes. My bag won't get too clogged in this game. Probably want to pick up maybe 2 para heals. 2 para heals is a pretty reasonable amount. And there goes the speed up button again. But hey, God, my button presses are horrific. And I wanted to buy Pokeballs. This is not going well. This is not going well. Okay. See, I told you I was terrible at Pokemon. Anyway, I'll probably not buy another 4 balls. That leaves me with 7. Okay. My goodness. It's all going wrong. It's all going wrong. I'm too nervous. This run is super hype for me right now. My little baby. I don't know. I really want you guys to see the rules and see how they all play out. I'm going to fix the text speed now. Frame type, I should have done this before. Let's go nice and red so I don't waste too much more time. Okay, so onto what I want to get up to. Yeah, so again, I'll be much more cool, calm and collected, and hopefully much more accurate with my movement and everything else I'm trying to do in this run. But yeah, I can't wait for you guys to see the rules. Some of them are actually, I giggled as I was writing them. Some of them were actually great. And just completely evil, which I loved about it. And that's a perfect encounter position. It's a dupes. I would have taken it actually if it was high level, but level 2 again is just horrific. So we're going to body this, and then we're going to grab another encounter. Actually going to check the time, because I have to go to rugby training, spoiler alert, I play rugby. Okay, so let's see what my encounter actually is. Weedle. Okay, I guess that blocks it out from in the actual forest, which is nice if I don't accidentally crit it or something. So I can get another encounter in the forest. Don't poison. I've got antidotes for days, but poison's always, it's a good indicator of your lack of a run. Alright, the string shot's great, because I'm just going to throw a ball, and you're going to be caught. Okay, so yeah. Again, I'm going to finish this run up super soon. I know this episode's getting pretty long already, about a half an hour episode. Gosh, time goes quickly when you're having fun, I guess. Okay, so there's my Weedle. Probably won't be using this, but Death Fodder, it's always great. Never was a big fan of the old Beedrill line. I mean, I always used to have grand plans for my bug Pokemon, and I always was going to, plan to drag them through. And what am I going to call this? Swarm, because, yeah, that's, it's a generic crappy name for my, you can see all my worst nicknames that I have in stock. Anyway, Swarm. Yeah, so I always have these grand plans when I'm running through Pokemon games of, oh yeah, I'm going to take a bug through the game this time, I'm going to take a bug through, and then it just falls by the wayside by, level 20. I just can't be fucked anymore. That's another thing, I will be swearing. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm a swearer. If you don't like swearing, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be swearing every word, but it's just, I guess it's in my vocabulary. I'm Australian, and now, god damn it, freaking gotta be. Yeah, so Australian vocabulary is very swear heavy. Again, I'm probably going to take this for Death Fodder. Pick up this item and probably call an episode, but yeah, we're very swear heavy on many and varied words. If I say something and it offends you, I'm sorry. I don't in Australia, swear words, derogatory terms are very rarely derogatory, and you'll know about it. And like, for lack of a better word, the C word, the C bomb. I mean, we use that as a term of endearment to our friends, and we use mate as a serious term when you're addressing someone who you're not very happy with at the time. So it's a retarded version of English, but hey, you know, I love it, and I know it's got its great moments. Caterpie. I wish Dairy Liberty was a thing. Let's call you... God, why are my names all so generic? Scratch that, my nicknaming is terrible. Monarch it is. Anyway, I promise you I have better nicknames coming up. Anyway, so I'll just grab this item quickly, jump out of the grass, and do a save. I'm going to run this again. You guys probably almost ready to face Brock right now. And those of you who have a Squirtle are just going to be laughing all the way to the bank. Anyway, so I'm way behind, but hey, once I kill Brock, I should be laughing. Anyway, so right here, that's it. Stop where you are. Thank you so much for, if you get this far, like, I expect like 2 people, like, if I'm lucky, if in my wildest dreams over the course of the next 6 months to ever see this. But if you have sat through my blabbering and my ideas, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to give you a teaser. I'm going to give you a little teaser as to what is coming. I might give you one of the rules. Okay, I'll give you a basic rule. So, I guess as this run gets more and more hype, it might come down to minutes. So hopefully you guys aren't moving right now. Basically, let's give you... Okay, you know what? I'm going to drag in the list of rules, and I'm going to give you their names on screen. So feel free to pause the video, and I might go ahead and I'll reveal one of the rules. How about that? Alright, so here's the list of rules. So yeah, feel free to pause the video and read through. The stars, what those mean. So if I ever roll a number of that rule, so like if I say roll a 10 on the very first gym, after the first gym battle, it means if I roll a 10 again in the future, I have to re-roll, basically. So if you can only ever have those star rules once, for various reasons. Some because it would just be stupid and repetitive to do it again, and others because you can only do it once. Spoilers. Anyway, so with my horrific start, I hope you guys are well in front of me, but I really hope that I get some good luck on these rules. Anyway, let's see, which one am I going to tell you guys about? Alright, here's one. So let's go with number 4, so no MVP. So let me just confirm off screen what the exact rules, because there's 2 very similar rules in this regard, but no MVP. Okay, so the rule reads, the highest level Pokemon, so after you beat the gym, the highest level Pokemon cannot be used again until after you complete the next gym leader or boss. So just little things like that, little things that are just going to make your life hard, but you know, it might be a blessing in disguise. You know, your starter might be level 17 by the end of Brock, but you might then have to be forced to level your other Pokemon. You know, your team becomes a bit more even. So that's what I mean. Like little rules like that, they're going to be kind of cool to see how they play out. Anyway, this video has gone on way longer than I planned. Thanks guys again if you're here. Well done. I mean, further than I would have ever gotten with with this quality. Anyway, but if you guys are enjoying this, hyped, please leave a like and comment any constructive criticism, and you know, I'm sure there's heaps, and I know what they're going to be because I'm going to watch this video too. But anyway, thanks heaps guys. I'm going to catch you later.